I grew up in the Bronx in Kingsbridge Ave on Bedford Park, and it was mostly me and my mom. I remember my biological dad, but I only remember 2 memories of him. When I was 6 years old, he sexually abused me in the Dominican Republic. When I was 9, he promised me to teach me baseball. And I just remember from 7 in the morning, looking at the window, nothing. 8 o'clock, nothing. 12 o'clock, nothing. And I was just believing like, nah, he's gonna show up. I even waited till 1 o'clock in the morning thinking he was still gonna teach me, and he didn't come for 6 years. That first feeling of I'm not enough for him, just spent the rest of my life just trying to prove myself. I always struggled with suicidal thoughts and depression for years. I remember I made a Facebook suicide note on video, and I posted it. I ended up being hospitalized for suicide attempts and thoughts 5 times within the span of 7 months. I'm tired of lying. So let me just make something my own. I joined the military. I joined the Army Reserve. God, wherever you want me to go, I'll go. And I hear you're going to deploy to Afghanistan. And I shot up like, Afghanistan. I remember praying, God, send me someone to teach me the Bible. And the base that I was stationed at, they had Bible studies. And this contractor, he's leading the Bible study, and he asked me, do you want me to teach you? And I said, yeah. I felt like, okay, God, this is the guy you're going to send me. I'm thinking I'm learning the Bible, but my heart wasn't right. My supervisor was also my best friend. Something didn't sit right with him. And he asked me, did he do anything to you? And I told him, yeah, well, he would have me do these things. And if I didn't do them, he would report me. And it didn't hit me that I was sexually abused, because it wasn't even the fact that he sexually abused me. It was the fact that he used the Bible to justify him doing things to me that weren't good. And I just thought, like, God, like are you kidding me? Like, God, you brought me here. Why would you let that happen to me? I come home from deployment. I only been home for like 2 weeks, and my stepdad hits me up and says, hey, the fire department you're still able to take the FDNY test. And I blink, and I'm in the fire department, and I'm miserable. And I end up getting married. And I was so depressed at that point that we just weren't loving each other, and we were just both abusing each other. And I got divorced. I made it a vow the day after my divorce, I'm going to live my life to piss off God as much as humanly possible. And I was going through therapy and doing healing, and I was healing, but something I felt like was missing. And I knew what it was, I just didn't want to admit it. So I found C3. Ryan calls me on my phone. He says, well, what's your story? And I ask him, hey, do you got time? So for an hour and a half, I tell this man my story, and he tells me, I am so sorry that happened to you, but the only thing I can say to you is just keep showing up. He connects me to Caesar and Jesse. Caesar invites me to his dinner party. And the first question was, how do you feel God has been good to you? And I was just triggered. And I said, I think all of you are full of crap. And I think all of you are lying. And I don't believe a single thing that any of you say. Jesse, Caesar, the entire dinner party, they ended up praying for me. And they just loved on me. Here comes May. Caesar is going to get baptized with his kids. Something that told me to just show up. So for months, I just spent showing up. I just showed up. I just showed up. I just showed up. And I said, okay, I'm getting baptized. God, I want to go home. I want to come home. Like, I really just want to be home. And I go in the water. Fillmore grabs my hand and he brings me back up. And I heard this phrase in my heart, you can finally heal in your Father's house. I just really missed God, and I really felt God left me, and I didn't know why, but I really wanted God back. I really wanted to just be in my dad's house. Like, I've noticed, like, God's like restoring like little things. He'd be like, I love you. Just like in little moments of the day. Just like, hey, I love you. Hey, I'm proud of you. I'm happy you're home. I feel like Jesus just loves me for being as loud and as weird and as passionate as he made me, I felt like if Jesus was on the stoop with me, he would share bacon, egg, and cheese with me. Like, that would be like Jesus sees me. Like, I don't need to prove anything to Jesus. And that feels so good to say. Jesus would say, I'm more than enough, that I am perfectly made just the way I am. He wants me to just be Kenny, regardless of past hurt and mistakes and thoughts. Like, I'm still enough.